Hello, this is GNOME 24.04. It's the standard Ubuntu release with the GNOME 3 desktop environment that's been modified by Ubuntu for their own purposes. As such, as you can see, I'm using simple screen recorder. There's the settings. I was playing around with sound. Here's the input from my microphone. I'm only using my inbuilt microphone. This is a Macbook Pro 9.2. I'll just flash up Firefox. This is a Snap Firefox, of course. It's pretty fast though. This is the fastest opening machine I've ever had. I mean, it is the newest machine I've got. So here's the detail for it as far as I can ascertain. It's the mid-2012 13.3 inches. I'm running at 1280 by 800. Mine is the 2.5 i5 processor. It has got 8 gig of RAM. Storage is a 256 gig solid state Samsung, I believe, drive, and the rest of it goes on. It's the typical unibody, metal unibody thing. It goes on to tell you all about its recyclable meeting, all its climate friendly stuff. But yeah, really pleased with it. I'm currently on charge. I could take it off. I think I get down to about 30%, but on charge. But when I've got it unplugged, I actually did a conversion of a file this morning, video file, to an MP4, and it ran without battery. Without the cable plugged in, the MagSafe connector. It's an L type, but the good thing about this is that this is a 65 watt. I think it's a 65 watt, something like that. But the good thing is that my MacBook Pro from 2008, the MagSafe with that connector, actually fits this as well. And there's another story. I don't, what's the old saying? One in, one out, or something like that. One out, one in. I was changing the drive on my MacBook Pro 17-inch 2008 model. Did the last video on it, and I've been using it. I've had it all these years. Not worth much now, I guess, in real terms. But I dropped a screw inside it. It came out when I was taking it apart. There are about 20 screws and cross-threaded screws plus Torx screws to open it. And I dropped one of the little Torx ones down by the RAM slots, and I couldn't get it out. I turned it on, nothing came on. I eventually did get it out, put it back together. So 4 times I took it apart, put it back together, powered up. And so for 4 times, and it's now boxed, it won't power up. I don't know. I think the motherboard's now blown. I think that the screw went across something of significance. I mean, I hate to say it. I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to just throw it away. Can't be bothered advertising it on YouTube or anything, because when somebody says, it doesn't work because motherboard, you might as well just throw it away, mate. Nobody's going to spend a lot of money fixing a MacBook Pro from 2008, which isn't as good as this one by half. This is an i5 processor. It's an early i5 essentially, but I've got an i5 in my 6410, and the 6410 with 8 gig of RAM does not run as well as this. I can tell you that. This starts almost instantly. And I've actually installed GNOME, the same build, on my E6410, and this is running much faster and smoother. If I go to, I'll close that. If I go to, it's ESM-enabled. Now, if I go to, what's the word, software and updates, which is there. If you go to the software, all that's updates. If you go there, I'm gonna never update. It's active until 31st of the 12th, 9999. Basically, because it's 2404. It's got 10 years extension. Just new drivers. Don't know if there's anything to be found. Yeah, it is using more than the DK. If in the old days when I would on earlier than 2404, it would just say that you needed the STA driver. didn't talk about DKMS source. And when I said go for this, and I then pulled my little USB stick out, USB wireless interface or wireless dongle, it never worked, even with this clicked. So I then had to go into Synaptic and put the sources and something else, configuration or something like that. So all three STA files were actually installed on the machine, and then I rebooted, and then it was fine. So yeah, so if I go to Ubuntu Pro, yeah, everything's there, is enabled. This therefore is good until it's finished, really. I don't do much gaming, so I can't vouch for gaming. In fact, I don't do any gaming. I can vouch for Firefox, working absolutely brilliantly. I've done all the same things. That's DuckDuckGo privacy, HTTPS enabled uBlock, Facebook container, doesn't let Facebook follow you around apparently, privacy badger, and then I've got clear cache, clear URLs, clear browsing, and clear history. And my little dog's ears have pricked up for some reason. So there you go. It's all fine. IMDb, yeah. So here's my shortcuts. There's my mail, Russia Today, Netflix. I probably shouldn't have said that, because I should have said RT. I don't know what to say actually, but there's if anybody wants to go to RT and see some real news and stuff worth watching, discussions worth seeing, there it is, www.swenter.site, and it'll take you there. Netflix, no, it's it or miss Netflix for me. There's my YouTube. Apple Music, I'm on my son's family system. Spotify, not the purchased version, so I do get adverts. IMDb, and there's the MacBook Pro mid-2012 specifications. It does have an American keyboard. I don't bother doing anything else with it. I suppose I could change it round and put American keyboard, and that would give me the right keyboard for the ampersand and the apostrophe, not apostrophe, inverted commas for speech. What else have I got on it? Qubit torrent for my files. Discs, here we go, discs. 256 Samsung disk. It's a GUID partition table. There's my boot. There's all of the ext4. So when I install, I just accept the defaults. I just erase the disk basically. I don't mess about with the boot partitions or anything like that. I just let it do it. I'm past doing all that now. I've done it all. I've tried to improve stuff. The designers of the software are pretty much on top of it all. I haven't tried MX on this. That might be a good one. But I'm really into GNOME and Unity at the moment. I don't know whether I should install Unity desktop environment on here. I may, and then I can boot from either if I want. Okay, so what else have I got? Mahjong's the game. There's the App Center. Tweaks. Don't seem to get much out of that. Settings. And of course, Simple Screen Recorder. Everything that is installed is here. Handbrake. K3B. I've got the firewall. I've got Asunder, BleachBit and BleachBit as root. MPV. OBS Studio. Don't know if I'm going to use that, you see. Synaptic Package Manager, Sound Converter, all to do with music this. VLC came on board with OBS. I think this is Gedit, is it? I think this is Gedit. Help about text editor. The GNOME project, I think that's still Gedit. I might be wrong. Yeah. Okay. The file manager is the Nautilus. I'm not, it's the more Nautilus than Nemo. That's a good term, yeah. And what's missing from me is the bottom here. There's no detail of, if I go like this and I go properties, it tells me that there's 214 free, But if you use Nemo, that'll appear in a little bar. If there is a way to put that on, I haven't worked it out yet. Maybe if I use Deconf Editor, it might, you know, give me a clue on that. It might, yeah. So there's the snap public pictures. I've got nothing. I've actually got very little on here because it's fairly fresh installed, 2 or 3 days old only. Really enjoying it. Not much else to say today. But if you haven't got a MacBook, this cost me £35. Including postage. One of the chap was bidding. I think what put everybody off was it said it had Windows installed, Windows 11, and the chap who was selling it did actually, you know, describe that some drivers weren't working properly for whatever reason, whether it was the trackpad or the mouse or screen. I don't know what it was, because for me, when it opened up, it said home, and I couldn't get into it. I think the password might have been capital HOME. But I didn't bother. I just immediately installed over the top of it. And to install, you just to install from a USB on a MacBook. It's always been the same. You press Alt. Well, when it starts, you press the key and you press the start button, power button, and then as it flashes up and the screen goes to a bright screen, you then hold the Alt key down. Option key, the Alt key, and if you've got a USB stick in, you'll see there's 2 things. There'll be the drive and then there'll be the stick. So you select the stick and then just enter and off you go. Yeah, so I'm really pleased. £35. So I got the drive. I got a MagSafe adapter, as I say. I've now got 2 MagSafes because my other one is really a spare. But I even got a bag, a laptop bag, which did in fact hold the MacBook 17-inch. I've never had one that big. Just a nice big, it's like brand new. I would suggest, you know, I would guess that the bag was worth more than £35 on its own without the laptop. So I do thank the chap very, you know, to give me this. The E6410 is under the table. I have been using it, but I might just put the drive in, the GNOME drive, put the rest to one side, shelve all the hard drives and just concentrate on this, because I really I want to put something away. I don't want laptops everywhere anymore. I'm not that big on it anymore, in that sense. I've done it all, and so has a few other people. English Bob, or Broken EBs. Steve had a stroke a couple of years ago, and he's recovered, I believe. But Steve, I remember, I can think back maybe 10 years now. Yeah, it's possibly 10 years ago. What a little network, a little community network of people. And there's only one person 2 people I follow really, and that's Steve, as I said. But I don't really follow his games. I'm not a gamer. But then I follow Nigel over at Station 67, and there was a couple of others who have retired from YouTube from many reasons. Everybody's got different reasons. But we used to have a little community going, and we had, you know, video chats, and we had this and that and the other, and it was just great. It was my most enjoyable period on YouTube. And then it all went woke, YouTube. Or maybe for me, the reality of life suddenly set in, and when you retire, you suddenly have time to view the world as it really is, rather than rushing around working, trying to make money all the day long. So yeah, it's all disappeared. I still watch YouTube. But I mainly watch the people I want to watch: Jimmy Dore, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson. I tend to watch all those, and I watch Russia Today a lot, of course, as I say. Al Jazeera, 2 sides to the story on Al Jazeera, you know. Yeah, so anyhow, and this is the indications at the top. That's because the mic's there because I'm using Simple Screen Recorder. There's the live patch. If I do all like that, live patch is on. No current updates. If I go to there, live patch settings, it will probably flash up the, yeah, there you go. Straight to software and updates, and we're laughing. But yeah, it says 2000 until 2034. Provide security just for a 23,000 universe package until 2034. Kernel live patch. Keep your system secure by applying security that don't require a restart. Show live patch in the thing. And then there's compliance and hardening. Only recommended to assess with FedRAM, blah, 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 blah. I haven't touched these. Enable FIPS. I'm not too bothered about what it all is. I just know that I've got security coverage until 2034 on this. Might not be around by then. Anyhow, that's the end of the video. I just thought I'd say, so my recommendation is to get a MacBook and install Ubuntu. And you're looking for an i5 at least. You're looking for 8 gig of RAM, I'd say. But once with a solid state drive of, you know, whatever size, I wouldn't open it up and play around with it. I would just leave it. Open it up and play around with it if something breaks, but don't do it just for doing it. I broke my MacBook like that. I'm really miffed about it, but there you go. I might just flash it up in a minute and see if it's came back to life, because I've had it put in its box. Okay, thanks for watching. Until the next video, take care. Best wishes to everyone. I don't know how many people watch my videos anymore, as I say, but there you are. That's life. Thanks for your time, and be safe.